Hi guys, today we're gonna create an application which will enable us to uh, see how Checkbox works with Android Studio, how to create a checkbox. So we're gonna start a new application. We're gonna call it Checkbox. Where do we wanna start? I'm gonna change, right, and I'm gonna say Checkbox. Excellent. So let's wait for our application to load up. And here we go. It's still loading. Okay. First thing first, we wanna import some checkbox, at least 3 of them. I'm gonna show you now after it's finished building up. Here we go. So I'm gonna cancel this for now. Okay, so in my search, you want to type checkbox. In your search bar, you want to type checkbox. You import it, and the first thing to do is to use your constraint. I'm gonna need another one. And we're gonna use the constraint. Oops, mistake. Gonna use the constraint as well over here. Excellent. Right, on track. I want to give an ID to each and every one of these checkboxes. So, but before I do that, I want to give a logic sense to what we're doing. So I want to import a text view, right? So if you can find it here, you can just type it here, but I'm having it here, so I'm just gonna import it. So text view. Remember your constraint. Okay. Excellent. I'm not gonna give this an ID because this will only post a question. So it's only post a question, right? I'm not gonna need it in my code. The next thing I wanna set is the kind of question I wanna ask. This a very controversial question, and I know that many people have made things to argue about this. So for example, this is the resource name, so it's a kind of ID that we give to the string. So I'm gonna say who the most, oops, we can't separate, we need to use underscore, but let's do this to keep it simple. And here's my question. This is what I want to view in my box, right? In my text view, who's the most skillful footballer in the world? Okay, we do this, I want to remind you, because it's one of the best ways to it makes our code manageable for future purposes. The next thing I want to do is to change the text size. It seems very small, so I'm gonna type in text size, right, and I'm gonna set it to 2018. Sorry. Excellent. Right, I want to make my text bold as well. Let me see if I can find it in this property. So yeah, you know, here you go, here, text style, bold, very bold. Right. Next, I want to change the name inside this checkbox. So let me reduce this. I go into my text view property, and this place here, you just click on the three buttons as you already know, and you add a new string value. So I'll call this Cristiano underscore Ronaldo. In adding new string value resource, we usually use the underscore to separate each word. The resource value is Cristiano Ronaldo. Right. And we're gonna do the same thing for this as well. Add new resource, new string. And you already know who this is. Messi. Right. Here we go. Now everything is intact. We have to give it an ID. So to Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm gonna say CR checkbox ID, right? This is how I'm gonna link the layout we seen here with our code. This is the ID I will use to link them. And I'm gonna say Messi checkbox. Let's remove this to ID. Excellent. So here we are. I want to add another text view which will display my result. So let's use our constraint as we always do. So its purpose is to display the results. So text view, and we're gonna say result ID. We don't want to give it any text because the result will come out from our code, so we don't want to put anything in here. Rather, we want to change the text size, so we go on our properties and we say text. Size, and we set this to 24. Yeah, it should be fine. Right, now I'm gonna import a button, so I'm gonna say button. So this will help us in such a way that when I click on the buttons, it has to return a result or a set of string inside my text view. So let's do this. Constraint, oops, and constraint. Excellent. Here we go. I want to change this text to click. So as you know, we're just gonna add a new string value and we say click. Right. All we want to add here is button ID. Okay. And now we're ready to go inside our main code. Now, the first thing first, as we know, is to create our private fields. So I usually love to create them up here. Private. Oh, sorry. In here, because here's where the method starts in it. What's happening? What's wrong? Oops. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I did a mistake first. So we say private checkbox, Then I'm gonna say Messi checkbox, and we will do the same thing for Ronaldo as well. Checkbox, and I'll say CR checkbox. Excellent. I'm gonna do the same thing for my text view. Private, this of type text view, it's not a checkbox, and I'll say result ID. Oops, I don't want to add ID, we just say result. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the button. And I'll say button. Now we want to connect the code to the layout, and that's how we do it. So we call the variable, so for example Messi checkbox, and we set it to this code. So Messi checkbox is of type checkbox, right? And we say find view by ID reference.id.Messi. It already shows you the IDs you have in your code. And we do the same thing for Cristiano Ronaldo as well. See our checkbox, we set it to a checkbox. We do find view by ID, and we reference it as well by calling its ID from the layout. So we've connected this as well. Now we want to connect the text view as well, so result will be set to, you know, of which type is it, so it's of type button. That's right. Find view by ID, you do this and button ID. And last one, we can do that for the button, right? So we say button, and we set it to the button type. Oh, I did this for the button. Sorry guys, I confused you. So this is the button. Okay, there's the button. And this, let's clear this, and this will be for the text view. So result is equals to text view find view by ID r.id.result ID, and we're ready to go. Now the next thing to think about is that I want something to happen when I click on my button. So what I will think about is an event listener. So I will say button dot set on click listener, and these are some of the properties you can use. So meaning that when I click, I want it to view something, I want it to show something, bring out a result, print out something in the text view. So this is the kind of function we're gonna call view.on click listener, and this is the parameter that the set on click listener takes. So in this case, we're gonna use this function over here to view the result of our text view. Now the next thing I will introduce you to is the string builder, and its purpose is to take characters and strings, append them in the string builder class, right, and call them back for viewing whenever we're ready to call them. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. First thing we have to construct it is a built-in class. So everything is already done for us, so we just wanna construct it, right? So this is how we do it. Now we're gonna use this string builder variable here to append the characters or the sequence of string we want to store in our string builder class. So here's how we do it. So we say string builder dot append. Now the idea is to get, first of all, the text that is inside the checkbox. So I will do cr checkbox dot get text, because I want to get the text. So what I'm trying to say is that I want to get this real text which I've created inside here, right? Cristiano Ronaldo. I want to get that text. So I'll say get text and convert it to string. And this is the first thing I want to do. And then concatenate it with is, I want to say is the best footballer and his status is the best footballer. Yeah, so we can do this, right? And I'm gonna concatenate it with another thing here. Okay, let me just put this to avoid errors. And I'm gonna say, oops, and I'm gonna say, right, this means that you wanna put everything on a new line, right? Oops, no, not yet, not here. We don't want to do this here. And I'm gonna say Cristiano Ronaldo cr checkbox dot is checked. So it's gonna return a true or false, because you know that our checkbox is already set to true by default when it's checked. When it is unchecked, it returns false. So I'll show you later on. So we do the same thing with Messi. So I'm gonna quite do the same thing, but before I do it, I want to create Messi's on a new line. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oops, \n. Oh no, this one. /n. Okay, so this will call the next string builder on a new line. So I'm just gonna copy this. You can write it if you want, it's a best practice, but due to time, I'm gonna just copy this and I'm gonna say Messi checkbox. Messi, right? So this is what I'm gonna change here. Here we go. Now, after doing this, what is the next thing you think we want to do? Obviously, we want to view the result. Okay, so here we call it. So now we want to call our text view, our result, right? So we say result dot set text, and what do we want to say? We want to call this string builder we've created here. So we say string builder, and that should do the trick for us. So we save it. Now all that we want to do is to run our application, so let us run it. I've already created a new virtual device, so I will say okay, and it's loading, just a couple of minutes. So yeah, just a second. Here we go. So who is the most skillful footballer in the world? Oh yeah, I did best here, but it's all right. If I should click on Ronaldo and click on the button, say Ronaldo is the best footballer. True. Messi is the best footballer. False. First of all, I want to change, the details of this text view, and I want to change its size as well. Instead of 24, I'm gonna do, maybe 18. Right, let us save it. And we click on this button here to update it. So I click it. Ronaldo is the best footballer. True. Messi is the best footballer. False. So when I click on both, it returns true. When I click on this, uncheck it, it should return false. So this is what checkbox are used for. So here you go. A very simple application, but it's very useful when you create a big project. Thank you and subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot from it. Bye.